Hey guys, Wagged here, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be once again talking about the Omerker situation because, well, you guys seem to love my videos on it, and I love talking about it. Also, quick thing you might not notice, but my mic sounds a little raspy at the beginning of my video, but it gets fixed around the 6-minute mark, so please stick around till then. Also, enjoy the video. Before we get into the video, consider subscribing. I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of August. I know it's a huge goal, but I know we can do it as a team. As long as we all work together, subscribe, it's really easy. It's a click of one button. Also, turn on post notifications if you want to be the first one to be alerted when I make a new video. Without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. So, Omerker and H2O Delirious. You probably know them for either playing video games together or being in this drama. Whether or not you know them for that reason, it's a good thing that I should summarize it real quick. H2O Delirious is a guy who's being persecuted by Omerker for doing some pretty bad things. And I've made videos on Twitter strands that Omerker's put out, H2O Delirious has put out, and it's gonna be top right. It's gonna be Omerker versus H2O Delirious situation. You should binge watch those videos. I think they're pretty alright. Then there's Omerker, who's pursuing him with victims, saying that victims have several claims from several different victims. In this video, I'll be talking about specifically the victims and why, well, you shouldn't be too quick to trust them. And sorry, I know, long intro. One last thing though, this loser on Twitter's trying to ratio me, so go ahead and go to my Twitter and like both of my tweets and maybe follow me. You can do that also. I talk a lot there. Thank you. Let's get straight to the video actually this time. So I'm going to be covering two different interviews in this video. Also, this is all under fair use, Omerker. Please consider that because I'm going to be critiquing the interviews. The first interview will be reviewing Sai, someone who I've mentioned many times in my past H2O Delirious videos, and if you've watched them, you know who she is. She's basically someone who is allegedly associated with a hacker group, although that claim was supposedly disproved. She also has had many claims against H2O Delirious for many different things, and let's get right into what she has to say. But before that, let me just bring up the mere fact that if you're going to go to the internet with these claims, you better be ready to be critiqued, because if you have genuine, valid claims, and the claims she's had, they're nothing short of, legal charges against H2O Delirious. You know what? They are legal charges against H2O Delirious if he's actually proven to do the things. Then you should go to the authorities, not Omerker. The mere fact they're coming out with their stories with Omerker rather than the actual authorities when H2O Delirious is such a big public figure makes me question whether or not they're telling the truth.
All right, so Sai, you are somebody that has been referenced before, but there's been a lot of confusion about, right? Would you say that's fair to say?
Yes.
Okay, so I just want to establish some things really quick. Did I reach out to you or did you reach out to me?
I emailed you after I got sent the Keemstar video.
So when you sent me an email, your email came in around the same time as, unfortunately, there was somebody that was imitating a victim. But your email that you had sent, was it legitimate? Was it representative of you having any sort of experience with H2O Delirious?
Yes.
Okay, so had we met any time before that? Had I ever talked to you in my life before that?
No.
Right now, Omerker's trying to clear the ideology that he was the one that actually reached out to these individuals because, well, that's something that's been pushed a lot, and I'm not gonna lie, I have also pushed this narrative before because, well, there's proof he did, but it's for a different individual, I suppose. Also, Omerker, if you're trying to give these girls such a huge platform like you claim you want to do, why did you post this on your backup channel where I actually have more subscribers than you for? If you're so confident these women are telling the truth, then you probably should be more public about this on your main channel because that's where the views will actually come. That's where people will hear their allegations, and that's clearly what you want, right? Now take a quick listen to Omerker's second interview and listen to the girl's voice. Oh, so this is pure speculation. I'm gonna go over more evidence as we get later into this video, but take a quick listen and really contemplate how they sound the same.
Sarah, first off, I do want to clarify that this is not your name, right? So we're using the alias Sarah to ensure your identity is protected, especially because you have felt that you've been threatened following this. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, yeah. So due to that aspect of things, I can validate, and I'm sure you can too, that at this point, your identity has been confirmed. We're doing this for your protection, but would you say that's right, that you have fully disclosed who you are to me or anybody else that needs to know?
Yeah.
Okay. So with that said, because there's been so much confusion, and also I do want to say thank you for, taking the time to do this, because I know that, there's obviously been a lot of chaos and turmoil that's been going on online, and there's been people trying to say that this is faked and whatever else. But because of all the confusion, there's some things that I think is important to clarify really quick. First off, did I
No, I'm no expert, but when I first heard this, I genuinely thought it was the same person. The first girl literally just sounds like the second girl, but more energetic, and I know that's really a bad comparison, but let me get into some actual proof that they could possibly be the same person, and this is of course speculation because, well, you guys want me to speculate, I'm gonna speculate because this situation is just unique, let's just say that. Also, another thing I should mention is TJV actually has an entire video dedicated to why these interviews are absolute garbage, so yeah, if you want to watch that, you probably should. Please watch it after my video though. It's a quite good video though, I will say. So someone who's been keeping up with the drama is actually a friend with one of the prominent YouTubers covering it, wanted to stay anonymous and sent me this information. There have been few allegations regarding those interviews because some people think the two girls sound the same, so I decided to look into it myself and found some interesting points. I took a clip of both the girls saying yes and compared them. Here's the screenshot of what I got. And as you can tell from the screenshot, they are damn near the same. And that doesn't go without saying there is a chance that they aren't the same person and they just sound the same, although that is quite rare and I don't see it very often that two women sound identical, let alone two men, let alone two anybody. Like, it's very rare. All my dogs, they're the same breed and they don't sound the same whatsoever, along with people. I have friends that are my same height, same, I don't know, age, and we don't sound the same. It's just how you grow up, and specifically for this, and I have no clue how old the specific girls are, but as someone who's been looking into the situation since, I don't know, months ago when it first originated, I find it very interesting that Omrecker, someone who's not really trusted throughout the community nowadays, has two women that sound almost identical interview about the same thing when it comes to H2O Delirious. They both were done wrong by him. I respond by saying, damn, that is almost identical, because it really is. If you look at it, the audio is almost lined up perfectly. That's what I'm saying, but with the knowledge I have of compression and microphones, I can tell you that even if it isn't the same person, they are using the same mic, and possibly even in the same sound settings. I'm going to start referring to this person as Alpha because I'm tired of saying this individual or whatnot, because there's a lot of individuals. There's Omrecker, you know, the QZs, whatnot. Okay, so with the stuff that Alpha just said, we can infer that either Omrecker flew these girls out to talk in the same exact, like, room about the situation because whether or not Omrecker wants H2O Delirious, like, gone, which, to be honest, doesn't make sense. Truly does baffle me why someone would even do this in the first place. Yet again, Ohm has proven to me time and time again that literally anything is possible, and not in the good way. By that, I mean him bringing up allegations that H2O Delirious actually cheated on Liz, when there may or may not be evidence. I have not looked into that. Of course, I haven't seen any evidence because Ohm's jack shit to the table when it comes to evidence. But if there was evidence, don't you think Liz would have the slightest bit of care towards it? Don't you think that, you know, they just had a child and Liz would actually be looking into that? No, Omrecker. Doing stuff like that makes you look obsessive. When you're actually giving evidence or these interviews, the interviews are probably the best thing you've done so far in this entire situation, and that's saying something, considering the interviews have skepticism behind them, needless to say. I mean, once again, TJV made a video, 10 reasons why the Omrecker interviews are bad. That doesn't mean that they're good, Omrecker. It means you've done something wrong, and I watched the video for a few seconds, not a few seconds, I watched like half of it, alright? And like, one of the things he said is Omrecker is commanding the room. He's not even giving the person to like elaborate on what they wanna. He's just throwing the questions and directing them in the way he wants to. If he really wanted them to get their truth out there, he'd just let them go at it. He'd let them speak the truth. And I understand giving prompts questions, but when it comes to prompts and questions, you have to let them thoroughly answer, Omrecker. You can't let them answer part of it, cut them off, bring up something else, because if you do that, then it's cutting off the truth. The last thing Alpha had to say was the dip between 1K HZ and 2K HZ is a result of a specific compression style. Usually the 1K to 2K HZ range is fully clear in most microphones, which would explain the slight difference between the two mics, although whether or not they're the same person, we do not know because it's just the internet, guys. With it just being the internet, you might as well leave a like on the video because, you know, if you do, you'll get absolutely nothing. Thank you all for watching, it does mean a lot. Subscribe, I'll see you on the next one. Adios, amigos. Also, comment down what you think of the situation, because I do want to know. This is a unique one.